Hello, everybody. Welcome. This is Sci-Fi Sunday, and guys, I'm joined here tonight by my good friend Soulless Trenchcoat, aka Trenchy, my other good friend Marty from the Trash Picture Show, and we are talking about the colonization of planets, movies, television shows featuring space colonies and terraformed planets and moons. Guys, thoughts?
Um, it does make sense, like fucking, because as a species, we're always like fucking looking to find a new home and spread out. Like ever since, like, man has kind of mastered the ocean. We've always wanted to try and move on to further fields, be it due to war, be it due to famine. We've always wanted to move to a new place, and it does make sense that, like, in the future, especially with like the Earth, in a lot of these stories, Earth has gone to shit. So it's like, okay, we gotta go somewhere else. We gotta settle down somewhere else. And like you have certain movies which have like corporations that own planets, and then you have other movies where it's like fucking, Wagon Trail, where it's or Lost in Space, where like people are just, they're fucking off on their own and they're trying to make a go of it themselves. And it's kind of the whole, again, the whole pioneering spirit of the human race. And sometimes we get lucky and find paradise, and other times we don't get so lucky and find bugs that want to eat our face or birth out of our fucking chest.
Oh yeah, friggin' bugs, giant bugs. I'm doing my part. Um, but that brings up friggin' Starship Troopers right off the bat, which it's not
Oh,
necessarily about colonization, but the whole movie's plot revolves around colonists being attacked by giant bugs and going to war to fight the bugs. And we cannot afford another Clandatu, guys. We can ill afford one.
yeah, it's a really cool, interesting kind of movie of, like, that Heinlein wrote the book as a kind of pro-fascist sentiment, and you really do get that movie. Like, you, be it fucking Michael Ironside saying, "Oh, nothing was ever successfully won without the use of naked force," or you got Dookie Howser going around dressed as an SS officer. I mean, like, it is satire, but you'd have to be pretty fucking dense not to realize what it's satirizing. But yeah, it's a cool movie. I was talking to American Werewolf in New Jersey the other night about it, and yeah, it's uh, I okay. Definitely, the bugs are the antagonists, and it is a case that we are interlopers on their planet, but at the same time, they're bugs. They're not like, they're not like super. There's one brain bug, but it's like these things are just vicious. They want to tear us apart. Like, there's no fucking coexistence. They want to wipe us out. And yeah, so welcome, squash 'em.
Yeah. But it's a very it's like it gets a lot of flack because it's not I mean, this isn't going to be like Citizen Kane or Schindler's List or I mean, it's not going to be that great movie you hold in high esteem. It's at the end of the day, it's a movie about killing giant bugs and
But
flying
it is
giant.
it is Ethel a lot deeper. I think it's a lot deeper than people give it credit for. Like, something. Okay, so the start of the actual quote unquote war is when an asteroid hits where somewhere in South America where Johnny Rico's folks are living. Anyway, but the start of the movie gives 2 points. One, there is already an established asteroid defense system, and two, if the one of the teachers explains how far, even with the propulsion, even with the bugs knocking the asteroids, it would take hundreds of years for the asteroid to get there. So it's a case of, I I don't know if it was obviously made before the second invasion of Iraq, but what if the asteroid was just a random asteroid that hit us, and the mobile infantry, like, we were attacked, Let's go get him. It's like they were looking for him. It's just it does play on parallels of fascism and stuff like that, and it is a lot cleverer than I think people give it credit for. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, it has deeper levels to it, you know. But if people look at it on that surface level of you've got giant CGI bugs, you've got friggin' Doogie Howser mind controlling ferrets to go crawl up his mom's leg. I mean, it's very silly, but it does have its good points. And I just want to say, Rico obviously should have been going for Diz the whole time. Obviously, she was there.
He's a fucking moron. He's a moron.
You know, instead for fucking Christmas Jones there, you know.
Denise Richards, Cameron,
I'm getting her James Bond name up, her fucking Bond girl name in there for those of you that.
Hey, DMC.
Oh, DMC. Hey, how's it going, buddy? Would you like to know more? But it was it did have its insights because like it had that whole media manipulation angle to it, propaganda in the news, sort of like this view on state-controlled news, which like that might be more relevant nowadays. Maybe it's not, depends on your opinion. But a very, very deep level to it that it does get ignored for the cheesy.
Verhoeven is fucking brilliant at that because you look at RoboCop again. I think Verhoeven is one of these directors that RoboCop, it's just a dumb action movie. To some people, he can make a movie and a studio can go, oh, that's a really good action movie. But there's a lot more going on. For example, RoboCop is about Reaganomics, and Starship Troopers, it's a cool sci-fi action movie. When it's about fascism, it's about the quote-unquote benefits of fascism. It's like, it's again, Verhoeven is very clever and do that. Again, the same with a movie we're probably getting into as well, Total Recall. It's just the guy knows how to sell sci-fi action, but have a really kind of clever satirical kind of viewpoint coming out of it as well.
Yeah, absolutely, and you know, it's good. Like you can have these films and like they can appeal to two different audiences. They can appeal to the deeper audience and they can appeal to the more superficial audience that just wants to, you know, have some popcorn in the theater and watch some shit blow up.
Yeah.
Which God, you could tell that like, all right, Starship Troopers, very, very science fiction, because there's no way in hell you're gonna have a co-ed shower scene and they're in real life. There's no way that's gonna work in real life, honestly.
That's pure science fiction. That's absolute science fiction.
I mean, unless they're saltpetering everybody, there's no way that's not gonna turn into like one of those late night Skinamax movies.
Well, why would you put salt on people?
No, Church. Do you want to take this one, Marty?
No, all yours.
It's something that you give to people, and it keeps them flaccid.
Flat.
But basically, Trench. Everyone in either the guys in that shower room would be harder than fucking Oxford algebra. That's what Ethel's trying to say. That's why that wouldn't work.
Wait, are they showering with women?
Yes, it's co-ed showers. It's have you seen Starship Troopers, Trench?
I think I've seen clips. I don't know if I've seen the full thing. I thought I saw it as a kid, but I don't remember most of what you're talking about. So maybe I only saw clips when I thought I saw the whole thing.
Oh, you should check it out, Trench. It's a very entertaining movie, and it's fun. And there is a co-ed shower scene. Spoilers, you're not going to see Denise Richards naked. It's not going to happen. But you get to see everybody else naked. You get to see Jake Busey's butt.
Oh, that's pretty neat.
And Dina Meyer, who played Batgirl in Birds of Prey, the TV series. You get to see her.
Oh,
so
that's
you get
cool.
you get a little skin slapped in your face, which is good. I approve of this in my films. I like to watch these things. So once in a while, if I got to see Jake Busey's butt or I got to see a pair of jugs, I'm happy about that. I'm like, that's cool. It's whatever.
I will have to rewatch this or watch this for the first time, depending on what happened. Because I don't remember like what you're saying, but I thought I watched it, but obviously I might not have.
Maybe you watched it like late into the film, like you got into the middle of the film.
Maybe.
You got Ben Grimm down here saying he likes joint showers.
I'm fucking showering you with you, dude.
Hey Moon, hey Ben.
But it was an interesting fucking full moon. You gotta love some Jake Busey.
All the Jake Busey.
All of it.
Yay, Potter, yay.
But no, it was cool. It was cool, and I guess a natural transition from this film to another film would be Total Recall, as we mentioned earlier, because we mentioned it earlier. Space colonization. They've colonized Mars. Arnold Schwarzenegger, fake memories of vacationing in Mars, goes to Mars for real, has fun, sort of.
I remember two things used to freak me out in that movie. One, the dream sequence where him and the girl fall into the ravine and their face plates on their spacesuits break, and like the air is being sucked out of their eyes and head and stuff like that, and their eyes are bulging. And also where he has to remove the fucking tracking device from his nose.
Of course, Full Moon is bringing up the three boobed woman. Gotta mention that.
I asked a question earlier on Twitter. What, Ethel, would there be women out there that would want three honkers? Do you think?
There's somebody out there into everything. Whatever you can imagine, there's somebody out there into it. Personally, I would not want three boobs. I have enough trouble finding a bra I really like for just the two boobs, let alone having to have a third one in the middle. Like
the back trouble, the back problems you'd have, and as bad as my face is, like the whole having to use the line, my face is up here. The guy would probably reply, "You've got a face." It's like Oh, that was fun fact. Ethel probably knows this. Ethel, do you want to take this about the Johnny Cab? Who Johnny Cab was?
Go for the Johnny Cab, Marty. You do it.
So Johnny Cab was fuck it. I'm after forgetting his name. It's the doctor from Star Trek Voyager. Robert Picardo. Robert Picardo? Picardo? Picardo.
Robert.
And it's weird because it actually kind of looks like him. When you look back, the animatronic fucking Johnny Cab puppet actually kind of looks like him.
It does, just a little bit around the edges. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Which that's always great. Of course, mentioning Star Trek Voyager, we can't not mention Star Trek, the entire franchise in this conversation, because they do have colonies in Star Trek. There are space colonists. There's quite a few episodes that actually mention colonists, like in the first series, the Next Generation and Deep Space Nine. Not as much Voyager, but the first three series they do have colonists. It's crazy.
Even the better of the first feature films deal with kind of colonization and terraforming, because the Genesis project, which was designed to kind of terraform a desolate planet.
Yeah, and it was crazy. You know, Genesis does terraform planets.
Genesis.
It's great. It's a great idea. Like, you imagine you could fire like this sort of missile type thing at a planet that's absolutely inhospitable, and in a day or so, boom, you've got a brand new Earth type environment you can live on.
Side effects may include giant worms trying to strangle Klingons. Just be aware of that.
But he took on like a champ. He took that
He was
worm.
like, oh, he's just fucking wrestling this fucking big fucking worm around his neck. It was when Christopher Lloyd made that movie.
He did a great job. Get out of there!
That was brilliant.
But of course,
his dog. He said he was so sad when his dog died.
it was great. It was a great movie. Fucking Search for Spock, great movie. Rathacon, great movie. They're good ass films, guys. If you have not seen them, it's not necessarily 100% about colonizing. I mean, you've got the Genesis subplot, and you know, that leads into the next film, which is good. So, you know, check that out. Definitely check it out. We'll be talking about Star Trek a lot more next week, which is why I'm hesitant to go too deep into it, because that seems to happen. If I start talking about it, I'll go off on some long friggin' spiel about it. But another colonization type TV series that actually deals directly centered around colonizing space. And Marty, you know where I'm going with this. Lost in Space.
Danger, Will Robinson. Great show.
Which we did a whole stream on it because it's such a good show. But like, we have to touch on it here. You know, it's the year, what was it, 1998, I think, was when it took place. And the fucking Robinson family is chosen to go colonize Alpha Centauri. There's a planet in Alpha Centauri, and they want to go colonize it. And, of course, they get lost because of Dr. Smith. And they bounce around from planet to planet, it's kind of weird. They never end up in the planet they're supposed to end up on.
Why don't you just settle up where they are? Like, what the fuck? There's plenty of hospitable planets they could have stayed on. Also, hello to a friend of mine, John Frawley, in the chat. Thank you for stopping in, sir.
Nah. I didn't want to ignore the chat, guys. I never mean, like, if people in the chat, if you ever feel ignored, I am sorry. I try not to do that. I forget. Like, I can see it on the screen, but half the time I forget to acknowledge you guys, and I don't mean to do that. I get wrapped up in talking. So I just want to make that clear. But does anybody else have any thoughts on Lost in Space before we move on to the next sort of colonization thing?
There's elements of the new series I like, but it is a bit too flashy for its own good. Although there is a kind of cool planet where there's like dinosaurs. I'm not going to complain too much. You know me, I'm a fucking sucker for dinosaurs. So like, yeah.
Hey, June.
Oh, hey Ty, Junebug. What's up?
Hey Junie.
So yeah, it's a new series. I haven't seen it, but I've seen clips of it, and to me it doesn't scream Lost in Space. Certainly the movie looked a little bit more Lost in Space than that, but it still was a departure from the simple charm of the TV series, which it was.
Wasn't the French guy in that?
Yeah, you had.
Oh no!
Are you okay, Trish? What happened? What's wrong with Joey?
No, it's just Matt LeBlanc is okay, but like he should probably not be doing science fiction or a lot of things. He's good in small doses.
Oh, okay. Well, he did a good job in that film, though. He was all right in that film. I didn't hate him.
Oh,
Uh, I hated what they did to the bloop, though. Hated what they did to the bloop.
there's a bloop.
Yeah, and Lost in Space. You got the monkey with a wig.
There's a
Yeah.
monkey in this show.
The original one was monkey. It's basically fucking. It's this orange monkey kind of creature that Penny finds.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
bloop, because it goes bloop 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 bloop, and Penny names it Debbie.
This is great.
Because they're a family. They needed a pet. The robot was supposed to be like a dog. It's supposed to be like the family dog. But we gotta throw a monkey in the mix. We gotta have the bloop. Gotta have the bloop.
So
Gotta love.
the bloop's the cat.
I guess if you want to look at it that way, but it's basically what they did. Trench is they took a chimpanzee and they gave it like this big wig thing with like tall ears. And that was the bloop for the entire series.
Oh, that's dope. I hope that went more successful than the Gremlins experiment.
Oh, Full Moon is mentioning Battlestar Galactica: The Search for the Lost Colony. Which I didn't necessarily put Battlestar Galactica on here because like I'm only really experienced with the original series, and they're just sort of flying around in space because they've got the two ships, and yeah, there's no actual colonized planet. But I mean, I guess you could fit that in here because they are a colony of sorts, I guess. What do you think, Marty?
Yeah, definitely. Battlestar Galactica, I think, qualifies. The remake, I kind of got what they were doing because, like, if you're familiar with the original series and the new series, like, characters are named after gods and stuff. So they're looking at Earth, so it's a cyclical kind of situation where they're just, oh, we're just going to restart Earth again, and this whole thing's going to go around. So, yeah, you're colonizing a planet, but the planet's just going to turn out to be Earth. So it's like, yeah.
Yeah, like one of the things I didn't like about the rebooted series was that they tried to make it too sexy, and it's like you'd think that this wouldn't bother me, but it actually did. Because like it wasn't like they were trying to do what the first one did and do it better. It was like they just wanted to take the name and sort of, I don't know, it pays respects to the original, but not in the way that I would like. And I don't know, it's weird. The whole thing with the Cylons and they look like people. Like there's people that are Cylons. And like it's just weird. I never got that.
Yeah, Ronald D. Moore was obviously like a big Blade Runner fan because there's like little nods to Blade Runner and how some of them might be replicants and stuff, and it's just it's interesting, but it definitely deviates from the more we gotta get away from the fucking Cylons and find a new home.
Yeah, like I don't know. I mean, it's cool if people like it. Like I never begrudge people when they like something. Like people can like and hate things. It's fine. Like it's cool. But I could never get into it. It was a little bit too CGI for me. I don't know. Give me a guy in a costume any day. I'll take that over something created on a computer screen. It's just me, a simple person, simple girl. But that sort of brings me to another show from the 1970s that definitely was colonizing space. They have a friggin' colony on the moon. Guys, Space 1999. Marty, I know you had to have seen this.
I saw this. I have issues with it. Like, okay, is there anyone left on Earth? Because the moon literally, it's not a case of they're on a space station. It's the moon. The fucking moon leaves orbit and just fucks off. And it's like, wait, what? Where's it going to? What happened to Earth? Everyone on Earth is now dead because there's tidal waves and there's probably mass fucking kind of tsunamis and shit. I mean, what the fuck? Like,
well, maybe the moon was tired of being the Earth's bitch.
Well, like, no, Trenchy, what happened is there was a giant explosion and it knocks the moon right out of orbit and sends it into deep space. And there are people on the moon, on Moon Base Alpha. That's where they live and work. And they're fucking shot off onto the moon into the middle of nowhere, just hurtling through space. And it's like, you think about it, it's the most preposterous thing like you could ever imagine, because it's like, how do you do that? How does that even happen?
like to knock a celestial body out of geosynchronous orbit, the amount of force, and I think it's like, were they storing explosives or some shit on the moon, nuclear weapons on the moon, and that's what knocked it out.
Oh, like an atomic space bomb?
I think it was something along those lines. All I remember is like there was a big explosion and Martin Landau was like, oh no, we're knocked out of orbit. We're heading into deep space.
How does the moon, like, seriously, I'm just...
Welcome, Jen and Christian. We're currently talking about Space 1999. If you guys have any thoughts on the show.
Never seen it.
Sorry, haven't seen it.
Martin Landau and a crew of fucking people colonizing the moon realize, oh fuck, we're fucked because an explosion knocked us out of orbit and now we're just hurtling through space.
Nice.
Hey, DMC.
Yeah. So it's not even a case of like a space station has been knocked out of orbit and it's hurtling through space, or a spaceship is out of control, it's hurtling through. It's the fucking moon.
It's the
That's
moon?
That's a premise.
Is the moon bigger than
Well,
Yes.
according to that new moon movie, the moon might be a robot. So, like, maybe it's in the same continuity.
What? Wait. Rewind that back. What the fuck you on about?
No, there's a movie called Moonfall, and they go inside the moon, and it looks robotic.
So it's Unicron.
What?
Maybe. I haven't seen the full movie because it's only a trailer. But look it up. There's like nanobot technology look like, and the moon.
All
And
right.
the moon. Okay.
Like we got Junebug chime in here with some trivia. Oops, it was supposed to be highlighted and it didn't highlight. I hate it when the thing is unresponsive. Here we go. Interesting piece of trivia about Space 99. The ship that they had apparently looked too much like the original design for the Millennium Falcon, so they had to change the design of the Millennium Falcon. Okay.
Okay.
That'd be cool if the Millennium Falcon had to tow the moon back to orbit.
I'd watch it.
Yeah.
But if you guys are interested in watching Space 1999, it is available on a certain app that I have mentioned on another stream to a ridiculous amount. It is available on the Shout app. You can watch it there. You have Shout TV.
Awesome.
Also, we have Zone Horror if you're in the UK or Ireland. Zone Horror, it's showing on repeat. I think Wednesdays, like 4 p.m. GMT time.
Yeah, and like I don't know, it's a crazy show. Like I've watched, I think I've seen all of it recently. Last year I was rewatching it because I noticed it was on Shout TV, and I think I made it all the way through season 2.
Ooh.
It's weird, you know. They've got a girl that can shape shift. She can change into different things, so that's kind of nutty.
Neat. I always like a shapeshifter character.
Her eyebrows always bother me when I'm watching it because, like, she's got really weird eyebrows. Marty, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, she looks like I think she looks like she had a stroke and then came out of it, but her fucking face never reset properly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know what they were thinking. That is what it is. Another colonization type film. Not a TV series, but a film that takes place on a moon, on one of Jupiter's moons. And I'm sure you guys have probably all seen this. Outland.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
that's a
okay.
great movie.
Actually,
Very
I
good
haven't.
movie.
Sorry.
No.
He is the
it's
law.
essentially High Noon, right?
Yep.
It's High Noon redone.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good, and I feel like it falls down the memory hole for a lot of people. It doesn't really get mentioned too much, but definitely don't sleep on it. Pretty good.
It's very fun
A
kind of
lot of
space
the
stuff.
crew who worked on Alien and set designers and costumers worked on that movie, so it actually looks like if you were to watch it aside with the original 1979 Alien, you could kind of say that, oh, this is in the same universe, because it kind of works. It's a very kind of used future, low sci-fi kind of look to it.
Very cool.
Nice.
I'll have to check it out.
It's good. Yeah, it's good.
And we go from Sean Connery laying down the law to Sean Connery in a red diaper, guys. Zardos.
Yeah.
Wait,
Christian,
there's
do you want to
diapers
take this
in this
one?
movie?
Fucking Zardos. I will be right back.
Wait, what?
You're not going to explain it to me?
Huh?
You're not going to explain this
I'm
one?
sure someone else will explain the one.
Well, what about the Amish?
No, what
Trent,
did you say?
She wants you to explain Zardoz.
Oh. I don't know anything about the Amish. I'd never seen it. I was asking if there were diapers in it.
Sean Connery wears this weird red diaper looking thing through the whole movie. It's kind of weird, but I guess that's like a colonized planet that he's on.
Oh, okay. I've heard of it. I know of its reputation, but I've never sat down and watched it.
Marty, would you classify it as a good film?
So, I think if you took all the drugs in the world, you still would be perplexed by this movie. Sean Connery is part of a tribe that hunts down women because sex is bad. He worships a giant stone fucking head from another dimension, and the women are caught in nets by the seashore, and he joins a sex cult that has to do a kind of chakra kind of chant to relieve the power from fucking Zardoz. Fucking John Borman knows me fucking watching it. Fucking prick.
A sex cult's bad?
That's what you got out of that.
Yeah.
No, they're actually good. They're the good ones. Because sex is good. Sex is what stops Zardoz. Zardoz wants to wipe out all women so man can't procreate.
So sex is bad?
Sex is good.
Oh, good.
Zardoz is bad.
Oh. Sean Connery doesn't like sex?
Wait, is this like where the gun or the penis is bad, the gun is good comes from?
Yeah.
Yep.
Because I have a troll called the Mighty Penis that quotes that all the time.
I'm kind of surprised Jen hasn't seen this.
Yeah, I thought I should have shown you this.
Yeah.
Marty, future trash fire contender. That would be a good episode.
No. No, I'll do Stroke 'em on before I fucking do Zardoz.
Wow.
Yeah, hey.
I kind of like Zardoz. I did not know you hated Zardoz.
Of course you fucking like Zardoz, you fucking nutbag.
I mean, it's kind of fun, you know?
Is it that bad, Marty?
Jane, I'll watch fucking Let My Puppets Come again before I watch.
Wow, he really hates Zardoz.
Let's just say that if it was public domain, I'd be watching it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it's not. It sounds like something that would be public domain.
It feels like it, but no. There's Sean Connery in the movie.
I've seen that.
Yeah. I love the giant ponytail. Yeah, it's great.
Didn't he even hate the movie?
It depends on who you ask, probably.
I couldn't imagine he was thrilled the first day they put him in that red thing.
Yeah.
I get that. Probably not. Although he was Sean Connery. I guess if anyone could pull it off, was 007.
Yeah.
He's like, from Outland to this, dear God. I can't do the accent, you know.
Not too bad. Not too shabby.
um,
Marty, can we watch this on our own?
Marty, you fucked
You
yourself.
can watch it on your own. You can watch it on your own.
Marty, you fucked yourself. You now have to watch Zardoz.
I ain't watching fucking Zardoz, man.
there are worse films. There are worse films. Like,
Name
I've
them.
seen worse films.
Name them.
It's fucking Evils of the Night. Much
Evils
worse
of-
film.
Yeah.
I like Evils of the Night.
League of
Evils
Extraordinary
the Night is
Gentlemen. I
fucking
can name you.
Shakespearean.
What?
I can
You
name you.
leave League of Extraordinary Gentlemen alone.
Fair enough.
I liked League. I liked League. I thought it was good. I didn't care much for like what they did with Captain Nemo, but you know, that's just because I'm used to the Disney 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. So I always expect them to be like that. But other than
Make
that, it
fun
was
of Van Helsing. It ripped it off and did it worse.
Yes.
I like Ice Pirates for me.
dear
Ice
God,
Pirates.
it's much worse.
I need to see it.
Oh, fucking Ice Pirates. I didn't even
I've
have
heard
that
of
on my
one
list.
too.
Yeah.
I've heard of that one too.
Yeah.
Does anybody want to go into detail about Ice Pirates?
It's Ice Pirates. Is there anything to go in detail about?
Well, I don't know anything about it. I've heard about it, but explain it for me.
They're pirates in the ice.
Oh,
Ice Pirates.
wait.
Go on, Trench. You know
Go
it.
with
You know
this.
the plot.
No. Do they steal ice or do they have ice powers?
No.
That's
No.
Danny, that.
Sadly,
They
no.
steal cryogenically frozen people. They think they've kidnapped a dead princess. She turns out to be alive. They're chased across the galaxy. Ron Perlman looks the most human he's ever looked in his fucking life in this
Yeah.
movie. Angelica Houston is in it. There's a sword battle over the course of 50 years where they go through a hyperdrive and the captain sees his child being born, grow old, have a child themselves and die, and then talks to his grandchild. It's a fucking weird movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
okay. I think I want to see Sean Connery in a red diaper.
So you really you could switch out your pick for Trash Fire this week.
I think Marty wouldn't be happy if I did that.
Look at him. That's the face of a man that knows his fate is sealed. He knows he's going to have to see Connery in a diaper again.
I ain't fucking watching Zardoz, Jane.
No,
I ain't
I'm-
watching it.
But Campbell's right. There's an obligation as a couple. You have to do it.
It's the all-time best date movie ever.
Yeah. Right up there with Last House on the
I
Left.
suppose I could have another screen open and watch something else and pretend to be watching it via headphones. Yes,
Wait.
so exciting. Yes.
Luke was in a diaper in Star Wars. It can't be that much different.
In the BAFTA tank.
Yes.
BAFTA. He won a BAFTA.
Which I always thought that was weird. Like, why would he have to have a diaper on in the tank? Wouldn't he just be nude or have regular clothes on?
Why does he have that?
Maybe it's
In
just
universe reason, it was some kind of medical clothing. Out of universe reason, you can't have Mark Hamill's junk floating around in a fucking for all ages movie.
Oh
Well,
man.
They could have done the Austin Powers thing. Someone could have been walking by with a Christmas ham, or fucking C3PO would like stand in front of it with his arm like this. They could.
Yes.
I'm down for this.
I mean, not that I'm super enthused to see Mark Hamill's Wang, but it's just.
I would be.
Of course you would.
You gotta ask these questions.
It's for science.
I mean, I might have been more enthused to see it before I saw him drink alien titty milk, but
I'd also want to see him do that.
Oh, I gotta show you Last Jedi then. You'll love it. You'll love the.
Oh God, Jen, he takes it right from the titty.
Ooh, like this, like that.
I threw a bottle in this, I thought.
I don't know. I was so traumatized because I did not expect to see that in a Star Wars movie. You've got this thing, it's got 4 breasts, and it looks like this weird sort of long-necked camel thing, and he's just like milking its titties, and it's like the camera goes for a close-up on its face, and it's just like, oh yeah, and it's like, what the fuck?
It is enjoying it. It is really enjoying it.
Wait, June.
Free breast.
June, how do you know the size of Mark Hamill's penis?
Wait,
This
what?
is kind of... The DMC is bringing up a good point. They have standards in space, I guess. As you guys know, if you've spent any time on this channel, you know that we have very few standards, if any.
I have
Standards? What are those?
I have standards.
I've heard legends foretold of standards.
But I don't know. We go from Mark Hamill's tiny junk to Chris Pratt's butt. Passengers, guys.
Oh my God!
Oh, that fucking movie.
I'm so
Oh my
unfamiliar with
God,
all of
that
these movies.
fucking movie.
I have a big blind spot for this sort of
It's
thing.
a crazy movie.
Yeah.
It's a quote unquote romance. So
Yeah.
Chris Pratt wakes up and he's like, wait, I'm alone in this ship and it's going to be 85 years before anyone wakes up. Oh man, what am I going to do? Oh, here's a pretty girl. I'm going to open up her cryo tube and condemn her to the same fate as I am. So I have someone to spend time with me on the ship. And he cracks Jennifer Lawrence out of fucking cryo. And she's like, oh. And he's like, oh, yeah, there was a malfunction. And we both woke up. And it's like, yeah, he essentially was like a creeping. He was like looking at her cryo tube and touched it and shit. And he's like, oh, fuck it. I want this one to be with me for the 85 years. I'm awake on a lifeless fucking spaceship.
Oh, and Lawrence Fishburne is in it too, but he just dies.
That's right.
Yeah.
You want to watch Passengers? God damn it!
Oh, Passengers is good. I actually like this movie. It gets a lot of heat, but I legit love this movie. It's great. And I'm not just saying that because I think Chris Pratt is cute. I'm just saying it's
Sure, you're not. Yeah, totally believe it.
But Moon saying that at the point of the pool scene was fucked up. What was so fucked up about a pool scene?
The pulse. God damn it.
Is it fucked up in a horror way or?
No, not really. Oh,
Wait, are we talking about when the pool tries to kill her?
I don't know. I haven't seen the movie,
I
Trenchy.
imagine that's what Moon's referring to.
well, it's that the
Basic-
ship still functioned.
Yeah, the artificial gravity fucks up and she nearly drowns in the fucking suspended water. She's like, it's like it was clever in that it's like, oh, it's a scene for all the guys who want to get their fucking chubs on for fucking Jennifer Lawrence in a fucking skimpy bathing suit. But wait, no, fuck the pool's like, we're gonna fucking float all the water out and try and drown her in the fucking middle of the fucking room.
That was cool.
That does sound cool.
It was a great effect. It was a great effect. I liked it. And let's face it, Jennifer Lawrence, she's not the sharpest tool in the shed because like she wakes up by Chris Pratt wakes her up by tampering with their cryopod. There's the fucking cryopod manual and tools right next to the thing, and she doesn't notice it. It takes her fucking how many weeks to fucking pick up on the fact that he fucking woke her up?
Yeah, the robot bartender played by Michael Sheen accidentally spills the fucking beans.
Wait, the robot bartender?
Yeah, there's a robot bartender.
Why couldn't have Chris Pratt just hung out with him?
Because then we
He
wouldn't.
did. He got bored.
Yeah, we wouldn't because we wouldn't have a romance. We can't have a romance film with Chris Pratt and Michael Sheen robot. As much as
Ethel, I get it. It is romantic, but it's very Stockholm syndrome as
yeah,
well. Like,
yeah, that was,
I know
my
they
issue
kind of
with the
suss
movie.
out what the med pod can be used as a cryostasis at the end, but by then she's like, oh fuck it, I'm stuck with this guy. Fuck it, I might as well stick around.
It would have been better if Chris Pratt died in the end, if he like sacrificed himself for something, like some sort of redemption. But he just
Maybe.
kind of stayed the same.
Well, he almost killed himself in the movie. Not in real life, but like you remember he was gonna open the airlock.
Yeah, he should have died.
Yeah.
No. All right. The ethics of it all is very questionable. I mean, I'm not saying what he did was right, but like honestly, if you're gonna get woken up out of cryostasis, dear God, thank goodness it was someone who's like Chris Pratt, and it's not like what would happen in real life. You'd have some fucking sterile guy with a big fucking belly. Ugh. Like let's face it, that's the type of person that would do that in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose.
You made me think of 12 Cloverfield Lane.
Yeah.
But he genuinely feels bad about what he did, you know, and they do have a connection after they get to know each other. And like, sure, she gets mad at him for waking her up, which she should be mad at him, absolutely.
But at the end of the day,
it's the end of the day. There are worse things, and they're gonna make beautiful babies. They're both beautiful people. It's great.
okay. I want to see it, Sparky.
Okay, I guess.
I'm
Wait, why
sorry.
am I agreeing that you and Marty can watch it?
Wait, Christian, why do you hate this movie? What about the movie do you not like?
I don't hate the movie. It's just kind of like you touched on earlier. It's the whole Stockholm syndrome thing. I couldn't get past the fact that like the movie tries to.
It can be done romantic if it's done right.
It's the problem I have with like all of the endless love adaptations too. Like at the end of the day, this is a story about Stockholm syndrome, and the movie's perfectly okay with that. Like, yeah, it's Chris Pratt. He's a good-looking dude, but like. Still kind of creepy and Stockholm syndrome-y. I was expecting more like a fucking suspense obsession thriller style movie in space than what the movie actually ended up being.
Well,
Yeah.
okay. I mean, just fair points. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just the weird one because I liked it. But it is what it is.
Well, I've seen plenty worse movies, but it's no Zardoz. It is definitely not Zardoz.
And like, oh, fun fact: the bar that Chris Pratt hangs out in with the robot bartender is actually fashioned and modeled after the bar in. Now I'm blanking on the name for whatever reason.
Apple, you said The Shining.
Thank you, Trent.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
But it
The
looks like the Shining bar.
Yeah, the Overlook Bar.
Oh, very cool.
I remember you said that before.
I'm glad you did.
Even the. Oh, sorry, Ethel.
Oh, no, I was just telling Trench. I'm glad he remembered because, like, I was blanking on the name for whatever reason. My mind does that sometimes. Go ahead, Marty.
Even the Martin Sheen robot kind of looks like the bartender. Well, dressed like the bartender from The Shining.
Oh, cool. Very cool. That's a cute
Yeah,
nod.
It's a great reference. Definitely is. Like,
Very
there's
cool.
there's a lot of reasons to like the film. There's a lot of reasons to not like it. I guess it's one of those movies that's going to have audiences split because of the ethics involved.
Mm-hmm.
But moving on from that to a movie that everybody loves, find someone who hates this movie. I dare you. Aliens.
Fuck yeah!
Yeah.
This movie's
That's
terrible.
46, aka Acheron, First visited in 2021 by the Nostromo, then colonized in 2156, and properly terraformed by 2075, about 4 years before the events of Aliens actually happens. It's the fourth planet that orbits the moon of Calabas, or the planet of. It's a moon that orbits the planet of Calabas, and yeah, it's an ugly fucking planet. Hence why it's called Acheron. It's a nasty ball of rock. But if you're tough enough, you can eke out a living there thanks to Will and Ducati. But yeah, I love the planet. I think it's awesome. I think if the alien was going to crash land anywhere, this is a perfect proven point that it can survive in any environment. And yeah, it's just kick ass. Sorry, Ethel, spiel.
No,
you don't mean
you're
spiels.
good. It's good facts. We need the facts on LB 426. What was it again?
LB 426 or Acheron. The colony itself is called Hardly's Hope because there's hardly any hope of it taking off. That's the fucking irony of it.
Which it's like it's great. It's a great connection to the first film because it's the same planet that, of course, Ripley and company land on and investigate the crashed spaceship and the jockey. And well, we know that story. It's
classic.
It's pretty cool though. Like I love the look of the planet. You know, like we see a little bit more of it in Aliens, just because you got the exterior shots where they got the tank and they're driving around. You know, so,
and the extended cut as well does a better job for training as well because you get to see the interior of the colony, the exterior of the colony, the tractors the colonists have to use. They drive around these big Daytona tractors.
Yeah, like there's that cool thing that they do where we learn that the alien creates, the xenomorph. It creates these sorts of environments. Like I guess it Marty, would you say it like it's like a bee where it excretes wax?
Yeah, the interesting thing is when it makes a hive, depending on where the alien queen or the hive gestates, the hive can look very different. Different, and because it was in an atmosphere processor and because it was on Acheron, the hive looked that way, so it would camouflage with the main environment, and also the xenomorphs could camouflage with the environment of the hive. That's why they were able to hide from the Marines so easily. So the thing is, the aliens would actually eat parts of the processing station and excrete it out to make the hive. So it's kind of a survival thing to kind of blend in and also use parts of your environment to make a kind of replication of that environment in the hive. I'm sorry.
It's interesting though. It's like you would say that the xenomorph is sort of it's terraforming on its own. You know, like it changes its surrounding environments.
Yeah, it has to. In order to survive.
Like I had to bring it up. And you know, everybody loves this film. It's a great film. Everybody's seen it too.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to think of interesting things I can say about it that hasn't been said by 50 million other people. Yeah, but yeah, it's great. And bouncing off from Aliens, guys, Alien 3. Yeah, this is a colonized movie too, because they're a prison colony.
It's Purina 161 double Y chromosome planet. Orbits the outer veil. Its sea is acidic, and one of the natural actual organisms that lives in the planet is a very, very vicious form of head lice. That's why all the prisoners have to shave their heads.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Again, because the alien was born on the planet and because the planet was highly industrialized and everything was rusting, that's why the runner xenomorph has that kind of browny, kind of weird color to it, because it was in an environment where where that color was beneficial to its existence. And I'm going to hand it over to Ethel again before I do go on a soapbox.
No, and also on the facts of the xenomorph in that movie, depending on which version you see, it is either a dog xenomorph or a bull xenomorph.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
There's two cuts, Trenchy. One, the original theatrical cut has it come out of a Rottweiler, while the extended cut, because it's like the early part of the extended cut, we actually see more of the EV crash, and it's actually pulled up out of the water by oxen. The prisoners have a limited amount of livestock they use as transport and as food, and one of the oxen is impregnated by a Praetorian facehugger, which means which is actually a better. I would always recommend to check out the I'm not going to say director's cut because Fincher disavowed it, but the work print cut, because it's a Praetorian and it's a different shaped facehugger. Therefore, it can infect two hosts. It can infect two hosts separately. It can make a queen, and it can also make a warrior to protect the queen. So that's why it was able to infect both Ripley and the animal on the planet.
Does it have bull-like features?
No, just mainly quadruped. Mainly that it was a quadruped.
But it can run on the ceiling, and a lot of people mistakenly say that the alien is CGI in this film, which it is not. These are practical effects.
Fucking nuts! Sorry, Ethel.
No, Marty, I'm right there with you, man, because I've heard people on streams talk about this film and say, "Oh, the CGI is so bad. Oh, the CGI
sucks.
It's not
it's fucking blue screen go motion, you motherfucker. It's some of the best fucking blue screen go motion I've ever fucking seen. I'll fucking shove a puppet up your hole if you call it CG again. Sorry."
Yeah, and they used a rod puppet for some of the scenes where it's running up on the ceiling and stuff. And I've seen footage of this puppet being animated. It's about this big, and there are rods, and they do that, and they use that method for that puppet because they wanted it to be more spindly and wasp waisted, quote unquote.
Yeah.
And there's actually a great series on YouTube.
Fury, Fire and Fury, the making of Alien 3. It goes behind the scenes. It shows all the shit that happened with David Fincher, how Fox screwed him over. It showed the proposed Wooden Planet story, where it was actually going to be set on a space station that was made out of wood, run by monks from the 12th that believed the Earth stopped at the 12th century, but that's neither here nor there. That's a Vincent Ward story. And we also had another one that was going to be set on the alien home world by David Twohy. Now, the fun fact about the David Twohy story was Michael Biehn was going to be the hero, and he was going to be on a prison ship, a military prison ship that was sent there by Weyland-Yutani. There was no sun, so all the prisoners had to have surgery on their eyes to see in the dark.
Wow.
And he was told, "Oh, we don't like this script." So too, he was like, "Fuck you! I'm gonna go off and make my own movie." And he used that to make Pitch Black.
Pitch Black.
Which that's a great film. And wait a minute, isn't there a colonized planet in the sequel?
Pitch Black?
Yeah.
I think so. There is
in the Chronicles of Riddick.
Yeah,
so.
that's in the far future.
Oh.
They're kind of going for a kind of Dune setting in that one. Yeah, that's like the fucking, is it the Necromancer planet or Jesus? I'm not as big into fucking the sequels.
Wait, is that the one where he gets an alien dog?
That's the third one. That's Riddick.
Yeah.
That's the third one. The second one with Keith David and Towdy Newton and fucking Judi Dench plays a fucking alien goddess.
Yeah, and I've seen the second one. I saw the second one once, and I remember not enjoying it very much, which is why I didn't see the third one. I only got into Pitch Black because it had Claudia Black in it, and I was like, "Oh, sweet, fucking Farscape!" And then she's not in it for very long at all.
She bites it like 20 minutes in, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and like I was so ripped off on this movie, Marty, because like I'd see commercials for it on Sci-Fi Channel all the time, and I'd be like, "Oh, sweet!" And they'd make it sound like she's in the whole damn movie and was the star of the film, and then she dies 20 minutes in.
Yeah, it's balls, man. Because Rhoda Mitchell, I just found Rhoda Mitchell was just a movie bitch in that movie. I don't know.
They, in retrospect, they probably should have gone the other way and had her die 20 minutes in and had it be Claudia Black through the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
Because we would have had a better actress out of it. But yeah, so we go from that. Geez, what's the next film I'm going to talk about? Well, how about let's talk about John Carpenter for a second. How about we go to Ghosts of Mars, guys? Have you guys seen this?
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jen, you want to take this one? Well,
No.
what's the story to Ghosts of Mars, Jen?
I'll let you do this.
Escape from LA.
I'm not the biggest sci-fi.
Escape from Mars, basically. It's Escape from New York and Assault on Precinct 13 in space.
That's what I always get out of it.
Yeah.
I would have given the movie a pass, but the movie had too many flashbacks. And what annoys me more than a flashback is a flashback in a flashback. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I heard good things and Ice Cube is in it, but I haven't seen it.
From who? From fucking
Who
who?
told you that's a good movie?
Oh, well, I don't know. I don't know if I want to reveal their name now, but they told me it was good.
fine. That's perfectly fine. But like, I'm just curious. I've never met somebody who like holds Ghost of Mars in particularly high regard.
Well,
Like,
no, they didn't say it was great, but they said it was a good movie. They said it was fine. They said it was good.
that's
I
that's the most praise I usually hear Ghost of Mars get.
I can't believe someone hasn't made this meme. You got Ice Cube in there, right? So it's like, why haven't they made this meme where it's like, "Yo, dog, I heard you like flashbacks, so I put a flashback in your flashback."
God,
Would
That's
you recommend it to
awesome.
someone who hasn't seen it?
If you're a Carpenter completionist, sure, it's not a horrible movie, but
It's
it's
not
also
very
like
good.
it also is like arguably Carpenter's worst movie, so it's fine. It's like a solid C minus, like a
Being a bit generous.
it's like a 4 out of 10.
It's
fine.
It's got Natasha Henstridge in it, and she's like
It does.
fucking rocking it.
Yeah, like it's a bad sign when she's one of the better cast members doing the fucking thing. Like not being a dick, but like
Yeah, all right. You know what? It's a hard pill to swallow, but we had Ghosts of Mars. We got the Ghosts of Mars possessing people.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't expect this kind of reaction for Ghost of Mars. I guess I should have though.
like
No, it
the
isn't.
leader
Moon.
was a
No,
roided
it
up
isn't.
version of Marilyn Manson.
Say what?
The leader of the ghosts or the cannibals or whatever the fuck they're. He looked like a roided up version of Marilyn Manson.
He did, yeah. And
Which-
no, it isn't. Moon. It's not.
Cannibals. Fucking Marty. This would count for at the end of the month when we talk about cannibals. We got to mention
Yeah.
Ghosts of Mars.
Sure, it would.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, I'll have to try to watch it.
I think it's on Prime, Trench.
Yeah, it
Ooh.
is.
Fine.
It might even be on Tubi. I don't know. I think I scrolled past it a while back. Might not be on anymore.
If it's
I
not
mean,
receiving
it's great.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Moon. It is not in remotely.
if it's not receiving much love, then it definitely would be on Tubi.
Yeah, probably.
But okay, so we had that, and I guess that was kind of a letdown. And that leads us to another movie that was a big letdown, but also a colonized movie because they're Mars and stuff. Doom with The Rock.
Oh yeah, I remember this movie.
Take
I
it,
watched
Joe.
this when I was a kid.
Okay, so I don't know how it's possible to fuck up a video game adaptation of a game where the simple purpose is to walk into a room with a gun and kill everything. Why fuck? They found a fucking way.
They kind of
Found a
did.
fucking way.
Yeah.
Is it?
It's like not the weirdly it would still be like in my top 5 video game adaptations, but like it's not particularly good. No, it's not.
I
Yeah.
remember not liking the movie, but mainly because as a kid, I saw The Rock was a bad guy, and that did not sit well with me. Though I was fine with The Mummy for some reason.
Yeah,
The Mummy too.
yeah.
But like for Doom, I did not like that The Rock was the bad guy.
I can see that.
So, The Rock leads a team that consists of Carl Urban, fucking Clownhead from fucking 31, a bunch of other fucking dudes who are like not rip-offs of Predator and the Marines from Aliens
Nope.
to Mars to fucking sort out a problem. And it turns out, and what really annoys me is they don't have the fucking balls. It's like, oh, it's alien DNA. It's fucking ancient alien DNA. That's it. No, it's hell.
It's hell.
Yeah, it's gotta be hell. If it ain't hell, then it ain't fucking Doom.
Yeah. I will agree with Ben in the chat though. The first person scene was kind of cool.
It was fun.
Carl Urban wasn't bad.
Yeah, he was good.
I liked how they got some of the creature designs from Doom 3 at the time, like the Pinky Demon. I like that big pink thing with the fucking the mechanical back legs. I thought that was fun, and I thought some of the scenes I started laughing my head off when one character just like he knew he was turning into a demon, so he started smashing his head repeatedly off the fucking bulletproof glass, and I was like, oh, okay, this is funny. But it was just, I don't know.
I mean, it was underwhelming. It was a disappointment. Definitely should have been hell. I don't know why it wasn't, but Hollywood guys, they will find a way, and they did. And this leads us to another movie which should have, well, not had hell, but Doom had Nazis in it, and this movie certainly did. Iron Sky. Did you guys see this one?
Yes.
About it.
Nazis.
Have you seen the sequel? Have you seen the sequel?
Yes, I own both movies on Blu-ray.
They're fucking dinosaurs, Christian. They're fucking dinosaurs.
Yes. Fucking.
Wait, the Nazis are dinosaurs?
No, Trench. The Nazis have colonized the dark side of the moon. Of course, the dark side of the moon.
Yeah.
Because they're Nazis and they're evil.
Oh, so who are the dinosaurs?
Oh, that's in the second one. We find out that Hitler and the rest of the Nazis are alive at the core center of the Earth, and they instigate World War III so they can come out. Also, they were setting up. They were setting up the when it pans back that Stalin is on Mars because obviously it's a red planet.
Oh,
it's a red planet.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
They should fight.
Fucking Udo Kier. Goddamn.
With dinosaurs.
The whole concept is so bananas, you have to like it, you know?
Yeah.
We're not getting to part 3 just yet because they're working on a movie called Mad Heidi. I showed Jen the trailer of that. It's fun. Johnny Rico plays the president of Switzerland who kills people by shoving Toblerones down their throat.
That sounds amazing.
I'll show you the thing.
That sounds amazing.
I forgot to show you that.
Okay, so they set up Stalin on Mars. So I guess that brings us back to another Mars-centered movie. And geez, take your pick. A lot of these movies have to do with colonizing Mars. People love Mars. For years, we've been obsessed with Mars. Pick one. How about Red Planet, guys? Have you seen Red Planet?
The 60s movie?
No. Okay, so this has a really bizarre soft spot in my heart because it is the first ever DVD I owned. My brother got it for me for like, I think £4 or €4 back in the day. And it was the first ever DVD I owned. Val Kilmer plays a sexy technician who has to help Tom Sizemore and some other guys colonize Mars. And they have trouble because Mars is covered in these weird fucking insect things. And the robot that's supposed to help them has accidentally been switched into kill mode.
Yep.
Cool.
Don't you think when you set your robot to evil accidentally?
Yeah.
This is a Child's Play reboot thing?
Yes, this is Child's Play in
Reboot.
space.
Yeah, well, that's Child's Play
Yeah,
reboot.
true. Fair enough.
I can't bring much to the table with sci-fi.
It's not a great movie, but it's fun, and it gets me in the warm and fuzzies because it was one of the first DVDs I owned. That and the special edition of Terminator 2.
Very cool.
I got it for Christmas along with Terminator 2 and my PS2. So
Nice.
Oh, very cool.
DVDs and the means of which to watch them.
yeah.
So yeah, you got Red Planet, which, you know, watch out for them bugs, watch out for that robot. That brings us to here's another Mars one, Martian Land. Have you guys seen this one?
No.
Oh, there's fucking humans are living on Mars, all right? And basically there's a Martian storm and it destroys Mars, New York, because like they have the same cities on Earth on Mars, but it's like the Martian version. So there's Martian New York and there's Martian Los Angeles, and they have to figure out a way to stop the domes that cover the city because it's like covered in this force field dome from getting smashed by the deadly Martian storm. So it's a race because they've already lost Martian New York. It's a race to save Martian LA.
So what I'm hearing is this is like a Roland Emmerich movie, but a disaster film on Mars.
Essentially, and
Nice.
fucking Martian Los Angeles, guys. Fucking come on.
I am.
I
into
hate
this
to think
idea.
what Martian Florida looks like. Okay.
And I mean, it is what it is, guys, and it's no secret that in the future, even Martian Flint has bad water still. So, you know,
Probably.
what can you do? No love for Martian Michigan. I'm sorry. Moving on, since I'm the only one who's seen this film. How about where's the other Martian one? There was another Martian. Oh, fucking the Martian Chronicles with Rock Hudson. You guys have seen this?
Never seen this one.
Never heard of it. I can't think of it. No.
Oh, it's basically humans are trying to colonize Mars, and there's hostile aliens, and they gotta fight the hostile aliens.
Nice. I like that.
I do too.
Yeah. So like there's that. Was there another Martian one I have on here? I don't know if there's another. I think I might have spent the Mars coin. I'm sure
there's that movie where Matt Damon makes corn on Mars or vegetables on Mars.
Oh yeah, shit potatoes.
What?
Oh yeah. What was the title of that movie again?
The Martian, I think.
Martian?
Yeah, The Martian. There was also a Mission to Mars with Don Cheadle, Jerry O'Connell, and Gary Sinise, where it turns out God is on Mars.
That's right.
He's just been hanging out in Mars.
Just chilling.
What other one? Oh, there's also at the Last Days of Mars, where Liz Shriver has to take on Martian zombies who've like taken over part of his team, and like they're so indestructible he has to roll over one several times in the Martian rover.
Yeah, like there's definitely, and I can't believe I overlooked these two films. But yeah, those should go on the list. Also, I got to put this up there. The made-for-TV Doctor Who movie, Waters of Mars.
That's a great one.
Oh, David Tennant, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. which that was kind of cool. I liked that.
Yeah, Tennant decides, fuck the timeline, I'm going to do whatever I like. And then the head of the team is like, no, he can't fucking be Dr. Victorious. He can't be God Doctor. I was supposed to die so I'd inspire my daughter to become an astronaut. So he saves her, brings her back to Earth, but she shoots herself. So she still inspires her granddaughter. Kind of sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the happy ending we're used to getting usually.
No.
Oh, got Ben Grimm saying Mission to Mars, where they go into the face in Mars. Which, side note on all this Martian talk, what do you guys think about the plans where they actually want to, in real life, colonize Mars? What do you think about this? Overly ambitious or what?
Yes.
Sad idea.
No, I think they'll do it, but I think we'll be fucking dead and gone.
Yeah.
By the
We ain't
time it
seen any of it.
happens. Like,
Well, certainly, because it takes about 8 years to get to Mars from Earth, and that's going as fast as you can go without breaking the laws of physics. So, like, you get there, and then it's like, what are you going to do? There's nothing you can do. Like, there's literally nothing there. So, like, I've heard.
Oh, sorry, Ethel.
No, you're good. I was just gonna say I've heard ideas where they're like, oh well, we can send tiny robots. We'll send tiny robots to Mars to build habitats on Mars. And I'm thinking, well, wait a minute, how are these robots gonna do all this? Like, how does that work?
Like, we haven't built anything on the fucking moon yet. Like, we haven't fucking touched the moon. You think we'd fucking start with the fucking the closest place to us? Granted, I know there isn't probably. Apparently there is ice on Mars, so there's obviously water and shit. So like, but yeah, I don't know. It's going to cost a lot of money, and NASA are kind of fucking holding on by their fucking purse strings at the moment. I don't see it happening in our lifetime.
No.
Yeah, like we're at a point where like NASA's kind of going the way of the dodo. We've kind of lost interest in space, which I don't think is necessarily a good thing. Certainly there's let's see if I can highlight this. Jesus. Okay, or it could not respond when I click on it. That's always good.
Ethel, do you know what would piss me off? If it did happen in our lifetime, and it was someone like fucking Elon Musk, and it's
Jeff
like Planet
Bezos.
Tesla. Planet fucking Tesla. Yeah, fucking shit.
Oh, Ben Grimm was hitting what I was trying to say before I got distracted by the list not highlighting. Yeah, that's what the whole Space Force thing was about. It was supposed to reinvigorate our interest in outer space and actually going there. Because, guys, there is a reason to go to space. There is out there, freaking out there in space. There are asteroids that are just floating around with all sorts of valuable things that we could get. You know, there's asteroids full of gold out there. There's asteroids full of silver. There's asteroids full of probably uranium. But you know, there's resources out there just waiting for us. There are planets.
I want to get the asteroid that's filled with unobtainium.
Oh dear. We gotta talk about Avatar because what are we like? Everybody loves this movie.
Oh,
It's stupid.
oh no!
Wait, the blue thing?
I have a soft spot for it. It's essentially Fern Gully mixed with aliens.
Yeah,
I
well,
don't
it's,
hate it, but I realize it's very flawed.
The only good thing in Avatar is Stephen Lang as the villain. He is the only thing that makes that movie
A guy
somewhat
so
watchable.
badass and angry, he can breathe, he can hold his breath on a toxic planet while shooting fucking Sigourney Weaver in the fucking abdomen.
Yep.
which what a ridiculous movie. I don't even know where to start with Avatar. First off, 100% like CGI world for most of it, which are you kidding me, guys?
I thought John
Giant
Carter of Mars was a way better movie than
Yes,
that.
it was. I agree with you
Yeah.
on that, actually.
Like,
And
we've seen the fucking story
it's-
before. We've seen fucking Pocahontas. We've seen Dances with Wolves. We've seen Fern Gully. We've seen this story, to quote Beauty and the Beast, is a tale as old as fucking time.
Yeah, it gave you nothing. That's my biggest problem with this film is it gives you nothing, and it feels like it's not trying at all. And like, for instance, prime example of it not trying at all, the big desirable thing they're trying to get from this planet that they're destroying the environment for. They're going to call it, it's hard to get, guys. What do we call this hard to get element?
Unobtainium.
Fucking unobtainium.
Unobtainium. Are you fucking kidding me? You know? Like, what the fuck?
It's a bad movie.
That is,
Like, I don't get how it made so much money. It really bad.
Look, I like certain aspects of it. I like how, because the center of gravity is off, some of the flora and fauna have to have extra legs. I like some of the plant life being bioluminescent because the fucking sun has a different access point. There is a science of a fucking cool little manual book on it, but it is not an original. It is not an original.
No.
And the CG is like, you ask for a vodka and Coke and you get like a thumbnail of fucking vodka and an entire 2-liter bottle of Coke. And it's like, God, I can't fucking focus. The CG is messing with me. But it's not the worst. It's not the worst, but I could definitely understand why people don't like it.
It also gave us the very troubling thing on the internet where I'm sure Jen specifically has probably seen these. I've seen them. The adult-oriented fan art community latched onto this film.
Yeah, I did know. That's
they
about
were
the only reason I know this film.
They were animating naked blue chicks like crazy on the internet, and I just
guys thought it was
Why?
hot. Why do you guys like blue? Like, what's so hot about
I
it?
just thought it was like, oh god, this CJ is almost
What is it, guys? Seriously, like totally dudes. What is it with the blue? Like, is it
I don't know.
is blue boobies more bodacious or something? I don't know. I did know. That's pretty much the only reason I know of this movie.
Because of all the porn.
Yeah, of all the porn.
Yeah, of course.
like, well, I don't know how anyone hasn't seen all the porn. Like, you couldn't open up the internet when that movie was out without getting slapped in the face with some blue booty.
Yeah.
Some of it was funny. I liked it.
Totally unrelated, but there's a really funny comedy series called Suburbia. With your one from the Evil Dead remake, and she's going out with this dumb jock. He goes, "God damn it, Brian, I really like you, but you gotta expand your cultural ideals. Like, have you ever even seen a foreign movie?" He goes, "Sure I have, Avatar." And I'm like, "Okay, I know. You know, there's some prick out there who said that."
They put the Smurfs head on the bodies.
Yeah.
That was pretty hot.
Yeah.
And Smurfette got banged. It was pretty cool.
It's I don't know, man. Like, it's if you really want to see this movie, see it. I own it, unfortunately, but I am not proud of that fact.
I own it.
Most people own it.
But moving on. We're gonna move on. We'll move on from Avatar because I'm getting blue flashbacks.
You just need to take it. Is that why it's a little blue pill? Is that why it's a little blue pill, Sparky?
Yes, that's why it's a little blue pill.
Okay.
Thank God, woman.
I honestly didn't want to know that they could do that with their tail. I just didn't want to know.
But that's how they control the animals.
Yeah, that's also that whole thing.
Oh God, I hope not, Ben.
It's gotten dethroned now. It's gotten dethroned by, like, I think Avengers, but yeah, it was for like a good
But
time.
they had the cheat to do that, but still, I I get it. It's a pretty movie, but like I don't get why so many people fell for that.
Yeah.
Fucking Avengers. There's another property that the adult art online had their way with. If anybody has seen Thanos dropping it low, dear God.
Look. The fact is that people who read comics, some of them, I'm lucky to find myself a gorgeous looking lady, but some of us comic book fans are not the most socially outbound for people in the world. And it's like, okay, so I need to get my ghoulies going some other way. So it's like, yeah, I'm gonna watch like Black Widow take it up the ass in Thor or whatever the fuck. I don't know.
Or they also like to ship Captain America and Tony Stark.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see.
I did see a funny Avengers board where it's like fucking it's Hulk and Captain Marvel, and Hulk is like, "Don't make me horny. You wouldn't like me when I'm horny."
Let's face it, guys. With how Captain Marvel dresses, she's not making anyone horny.
What? No, they went. You'd be happy, Ethel. They went for the old school Captain Miss Marvel look.
Oh no!
It is a porno after all.
When she had the one piece.
Yeah, and the hooker boots.
That is the only acceptable Ms. Marvel. That is the only acceptable one. Only one. That's the one we should have gotten that we were so deprived from.
I like hooker boots.
I know you do.
Oh, who doesn't? They're the greatest.
I know. There they are. They're the best.
Awesome. I mean, yeah.
I don't know why it was so problematic to have a woman dressed in a one-piece bathing suit with hooker boots. I don't know why that's problematic. Just don't.
She had a sash. She had a sash as well, like yeah.
Oh, I thought she. Okay, I thought Marty said something else.
I said sash. Then. I said sash, not the
I thought you said snatch.
Well, she had.
I said dash.
But it is what it is. You know, we got fucking, I don't know, we got sports bra Captain Marvel where she's got her boobs squished till they're almost not even there. Let's make the chest as flat as possible, people. Let's not have her be leggy. Let's not do that either.
Why? Because guys like that.
Don't look at me.
Because Hollywood, we must subvert the male gaze. It is evil.
There you go.
I fucking revel in the male gaze. Like I do all things to get Marty to look at me. I can't tell you guys about most of this stuff, but you know.
But it is what it is. That's the culture we now come from. We've become puritanical, I guess, in some ways, which is weird.
Yeah.
When did we go all around to being like fucking sex positive, then to being sex is fucking wrong, being sexy is fucking wrong? It's like, when did it happen? It seemed to be a very small fucking span of time.
You know, it is, and like I know we're deviating way off topic, and I'll get back to the topic in just a moment. We've gone this direction, and I can't go this direction without seeing it. But being attractive, being sexy is a power thing with women. It's one of the things we have, and when you take that away, you are taking away a woman's power, and it is wrong to do such a thing. And it is not empowering; it is in fact the opposite of empowering.
Yeah,
it's like Red Sonja. Is her main thing in battle is she's wearing a silver fucking bikini, and lads are like, so she can fucking run a sword into their face while they're nutting themselves. Like, you know, it's clever. It's a tactic.
I got sexy for Marty.
Yeah. Ben the hentai crowd.
Oh, the hentai crowd. No, I know about this.
Of course you know about the hentai crowd.
I don't necessarily think this is a bad thing. What's What's wrong with tentacles?
Depending, as long as they're inserted in a loving and gentle way.
Wait, can an octopus give consent?
That's a good question, and I think the answer is no.
Well, I mean, if they ink once, it means yes. If they ink twice, it means no.
Fun fact: they actually used back in I think maybe it was 2012 or 2011 World Cup or something like that. They were using an octopus to predict who was going to win the games, and the fucker was getting stuff right.
That's a dope octopus.
Hell yeah!
Fucking
Well, they're
A.
smart little fuckers.
Yeah, they are.
We only
Go ahead.
we only support consensual tentacle adult activities here on this channel, so we just want to put that out there. It's only consensual.
Well, the fantasy stuff is one thing, or is that we're getting into
Octopussy. God damn it, Ben. God damn it, Ben.
I love James Bond.
Oh man, old James Bond was the greatest, really was. But anyway, far deviation from the topic. We got kind of crazy, guys. So I'm gonna reel us back over here. As much fun as we're having, we'll go back to the topic of the day. I'm gonna go with a show that maybe you guys haven't seen. Maybe you have. I don't know. Earth 2.
Mm-mm.
Nope.
No.
You?
No, unless we're talking DC Comics, no.
No, it was used to be a TV show back in the mid 90s. It was on NBC, and basically the premise is colonists, they crash land on an alien planet and try to make it there, and there are these aliens that they have conflict with, but they're actually somewhat peaceful aliens. It's sort of like a metaphor for Native Americans and colonists on in history, which it's cool. They've got weird powers, and there's a robot, and I don't know. It's a fun show. I liked it.
Very cool.
Another show from the same era, which has to do with colonized planets and space wars, would be
Beyond. Yes!
Space Above.
I love Space and Above and Beyond. Same guys behind the X-Files done this. It's a fucking awesome show. Basically, colonies attacked by a group of aliens called the Chigs, and Earth goes to war. And there's a group of basically it's kind of like Tour of Duty in space. There's a group of fighters. They're both kind of fighter pilots and marines, kind of ground marines, called the Wild Cards, and they're led by a guy called T.C. McQueen, who's a tank, an in vitro born kind of human. In the future, they originally were going to have slave labor that were in vitro tanks, and you can tell an in vitro tank because they have a lump on the back of their neck. But after that, they kind of outlawed it, and one of our characters, who's an in vitro, he's told, well, you can spend the rest of your life in prison or you can join the military, and he joins up with this unit and they have to fight the Chigs. And it was, the fucking season ended on such a great cliffhanger. And I'm like, no, I need another season. It was so fucking awesome. Sorry, Ethel, I went on a rant. It's a great show.
It was really good, and it didn't have much of a shelf life because they did what they did to Firefly, where guess what happened? It premiered around football season.
Oh no!
Yeah, it got shifted around. The Super Bowl ended up interrupting it, and it got moved to this time and that time, and let's show it late, and let's not show it at all this week, and because we got football, guys, gotta have a football.
I know this story very well.
Because you're a fan.
This used to be on a block on Network 2, Irish station, called Sci-Fi Saturday. They showed the new adventures of Lois and Clark, this and RoboCop from, I think, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. And I remember going to my grand's. My folks would have to go out to head out and visit someone. So I'd go to my grand's and I'd watch Lois and Clark, this, and RoboCop. And it was fucking,
What?
again, the berries, memberries, you know. Oh.
RoboCop has a TV show?
Several.
Yeah.
Even I know that.
Yeah, several. And there's like 2 or 3 cartoons.
Yeah, Trench.
Oh, I
the
know
TV
about
show was
cartoons.
The TV show was aimed at younger audience, so instead of shooting out live ammunition, he'd shoot out like hockey pucks or fucking airbags.
Yep.
That sounds kind of awesome, but in a stupid way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's the RoboCop
he
show
had a
for you.
he had a holographic computerized sidekick who was a woman that was murdered.
Yep.
And there was a baddie called Pudface Morgan who looked like a bargain bin Freddy Krueger, and Rowdy Piper turned up as a superhero in the show.
I gotta watch this now.
I just want to say thank you for stopping, DMC Campbell. It was good to see you in the comments, man.
Halloween 3 for the first
They're
time.
fucking
You're in for the best movie
See
of the
you later,
franchise.
DMC.
Bye.
Enjoy the best one.
But yeah, like it's unfortunate these shows they get messed with. There's nothing you can do. The sports fans out there have the power. You know, they're gonna sell more adverts on a football game than they are on a science fiction show. So, you know, football.
To anyone who is interested, I don't know if they're still up, but the first and only season of Space Above and Beyond, all of it was up on YouTube. I managed to I may have accidentally downloaded it onto my hard drive. But yeah, if you want to check it out, maybe scour YouTube. The episodes should still be up there because it's so obscure. I don't think the fucking studio would be too bothered about it.
Yeah, and I don't know. Did it get it? I know it got a DVD release. Did it get a Blu-ray release?
No, because I was actually looking for it in Blu-ray, only DVD.
Yeah, see, so it's one of these things that's going to get lost to the ages. So you might as well just watch it on YouTube. If they're not going to give it any love, then why do you got to give them any of your money?
Yeah.
Good point.
So we got that, and then bouncing from that to a show about people who were formerly Marines, Firefly.
Yes.
Yay.
Christian loves that
Great
show.
show.
Oh, yeah.
Which very much about colonizing planets. And oh, there we go. We got Zardos in the icon
Oh,
for
yeah.
Jen.
Red diaper.
That's the red diaper trench, if you were wondering.
That's not a diaper.
Trench, are you having a laugh?
That doesn't look like a diaper. Like, it doesn't look like the right material.
Well, it was red because it's fashionable.
Yeah.
Well,
It doesn't look puffy enough.
Trench, take it from us. It's a red nappy.
Yeah.
It's like a cloth diaper.
Oh, that's not real.
Don't
if you're for it is.
Oddly, I've made a But all right, so yeah, fucking Firefly. I know we did a stream on this, but we have to talk about it because that's the whole thing. That's the whole reason it's a Western is because it's the new frontier, the new frontier, and it's like the frontier days. It's great.
Oh, yeah.
Great cast.
Mm-hmm.
Great cast. It had a movie. The movie was pretty good. I like the show better than the movie, honestly, but you know you can't fault it.
Why do you
And,
love it so much?
I love the whole cast characters, honestly.
Jen, have you not seen it?
I have no. I'm not going to be much help to anyone. Sci-fi is a real big blind spot for Jen. He loves it. He loves Firefly. I've only known about it because it's Christian.
Jen, I don't think we can no longer be together. I don't know you anymore. You're dead to me.
Marty just clutches his alien figure. Don't talk to me or my son ever again.
Basically.
It's okay. It's okay. It's not her fault. It's not her fault. She's ignorant.
That's true.
There's a character in it called Wash, and he acts like Marty sometimes. He plays with dinosaurs, and he can be sarcastic.
Oh, cool.
I'm not sarcastic, excuse me.
Is there a character like Marty?
Not all the time, but sometimes.
Oh yeah, sometimes I'm sarcastic. Yeah, sure. Wait, hold on. Fuck.
Yeah, Trenchy was saying there's a character like Marty.
Yeah.
I'm not fucking Washburn.
You're Wash. Let's just be honest here. You're Wash.
Wash is awesome. He's
Yeah,
like
Wash
my
is one of the best
favorite character
characters.
besides River.
Yeah.
Which you know that.
Oh, what?
No, I was just gonna. They had a great cast of characters. Fucking was it Nathan Fillion?
Nathan Fillion.
Yeah.
Fillion.
Brilliant.
Who's in this? He did a great job portraying the character Mal, and you got oh damn, I'm forgetting everybody's name now. But you got the woman who plays Zoe, who she was what was it?
Gina Torres.
Gina Torres. Which, if you're a fan of the TV show Angel, people would recognize her from Angel. She was in season 4 of Angel, where she played like this demon god.
Who else have you? Alan Turduk. He does a lot of mocapping and voicing mainly robots. He was Sonny in I Am Robot, and he was also the funny kind of Imperial droid that had been reprogrammed in Rogue One. I can't remember the fucker's name. K2SO. I think that, or KS. Fuck, it doesn't matter. Who else? Ron Glass. Sorry, Ethel.
No, go ahead. I'll go after you. Go.
Ron Glass from Barney. Oh Christ, I forget the name. It was a comedy show about a police force in the 70s. Barney
Miller?
Barney Miller. Yes,
Yeah.
he was in Barney Miller.
Ben Grimm is saying Jewel State, which I believe she was also in Dollhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and she was in one of your favorite shows as well, Atlantis, right?
Yeah.
Moon is saying Firefly is sci-fi for people who don't like sci-fi.
Yeah, it is.
It's really 75% Western.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is. It's very good. Also, I believe the guy who plays Badger was also the guy from Supernatural who was playing Crowley. Thank you, Crowley. So it's a cool little connection there. Especially if you're more into the horror side of things and you're not as much of a sci-fi head. Supernatural will do it.
Yeah, Monica Barakin. That's the actress's name. She was Deadpool's girlfriend, and she was also in the V reboot.
Oh yeah, she was.
Oh wait, are you talking about Male's girlfriend?
Yeah.
And the girlfriend?
The companion, aka the high class prostitute.
Yeah.
If you're not satisfied with the series, not satisfied with just the series and the movie, Dark Horse has done a fucking shitload of really great comics that continue the story. Like Zoe has had her baby, Summer, or River has found a boyfriend. It's a really interesting series of comics. It's written by Zach Whedon, Joss's brother, so it's a good series.
Oh, and also the woman who plays Inara, she was in the final season of Stargate, SG-1.
Oh yeah.
So that's a fun connection to make if you can make a connection there. Which I got to bring that up. I'm a fan of Stargate. Oh, we got another series that kind of not the same thing, but has familiar elements, I guess, because of the whole Western type of underlying theme. Not as Western as this one, but certainly a Western name. Cowboy Bebop, guys, the animation. Obviously.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to the live action, and I'm not being one of those fanboys that just looks so cheap. Cowboy Bebop kicks ass. Christian, are you still there?
We had an issue. We just a skunk issue. He's having to help his grandmother with a skunk.
Oh no!
We live out on a farm, so it happens. He is looking forward to well, he's not looking forward. He's kind of worried about it, about the new reboot. He's really worried about it. He hasn't heard good things.
It looks bad. I watched. They released a few weeks ago the opening titles for the Netflix series.
Yeah.
And somebody had put them side by side with the animated series to sort of like, oh, look what we did. And I'm like, it looks nothing like it. You like, I don't know how, like, Marty, have you seen this?
Yeah, the thing is, in some ways it's nothing like it. In other ways, it's one of those things where it tries so hard to emulate the animated thing that it ends up fucking being a disaster, because what works in an animated format
We need you.
doesn't necessarily work live action. I mean, like, I'll put my hand up as being one of those pricks who are like, oh, it's not the same as the comic, it's not the same as the cartoon. But I genuinely think with something like Cowboy Bebop, you're better off trying to do your own thing.
Yeah.
Keep the aesthetic, keep the kind of feel and the vibe. Christian, are you back there?
I'm back. Yeah, sorry about that.
Okay, do you want to tag in on this? Because I know you probably have a lot to say about it.
We talking the Bebop reboot, I assume?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm kind of like what you were saying. I feel like it would be a better idea to just do like a bunch of one-off stories that's in between canon. You don't have to adapt the original series. I feel you would be better off doing
doing its own thing.
Yeah, do like the movie did. Like do something before the end of the series. Do something in the middle of the canon. You could do something cool there. But yeah, it's unnecessary. I'm gonna watch it, but I really feel it's unnecessary.
Do you think it's going to anger you?
Probably not.
Well, because you really love that.
Yeah. Like Bebop and Trigun are like two of my favorite shows of all time. But like, I don't think it's gonna like anger me. But I just expect it to be kind of lackluster.
It's such a disappointment the way it looks. Like, I don't know how they could get the characters not looking like the characters, because like I've seen cosplay that's better. Like I've seen people in their own costumes, and it's like they spot on hit it, and it's like, what? All right, guys, what did they do to Faye's hair? Look at her hair, man. Like forget about the.
Well, Sadie Wabanashi went apeshit because it was like the hairband. While it's a very simple thing, it's like it's part of the character. Yeah. And I know your one, she was in fucking Jurassic World, she had the worst reaction to the fans. She was calling them losers and fucking simp boys and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Faye is a femme fatale.
Yeah.
She's not big into gunplay. She gets out of situations by using her looks. Now, I know we're living in this fucking woke PC world, and to an extent, that is good. It's good that we live in a more fucking mature world. But as we were saying on about Captain Marvel, there shouldn't be anything wrong with a character who is sexual and uses their sexuality to their advantage. And Faye is a grifter. She's a fucking hustler. She will use her looks to her advantage. And it's like, while you're staring at her tits, she's probably picking your pocket. And that's what makes the character so fucking interesting and diverse. She knows how to use her femininity and sexuality against her enemies.
And when did Spike turn 60? And when did that happen? And when did he start to do it?
Like I like John Cho as an actor. I think he's actually a really good actor. But why the fuck does Spike look like a grandpa?
Yeah, like I'm not trying to be a dick. Get the guy who played Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
He'd be perfect.
Well, John Cho, it's makeup. Specifically, they made him look like that. John Cho does not look like that in actual life. Like, he does not have all those markings. He's just like an average-looking dude in his 40s. He looks young, so it's a specific artistic choice to make him look a lot older. It's weird.
Yeah, it's not the character. Spike is not a fucking old-looking character. He looks young. He's supposed to be young and attractive and sort of snarky, you know?
That's his shtick.
And like I saw they did a trailer for this, and I swear whoever made this had a hard-on for doing the sort of transition where you've got the one color palette here and the other color palette here, and then there's a line, and then having the characters interact with the line they're not supposed to. Like,
Spike uses the dividing bar in the screen to beat up the bad guys. I'm like,
yeah.
I was watching it and I'm like, okay, like, all right, it's acceptable to play with the dividing bar once, or in a thing as a joke, but it did it every 3 seconds. Someone was pulling the dividing bar here, and then they're in another scene, or they're pulling it over here, and what was the obsession? What was the obsession?
That trailer was weird. That trailer was really weird.
That sounds more like a parody type thing than an actual
comes
movie.
off that way.
Is it supposed to be a parody?
No,
it's not. Just because their scientists realized they could do it, they never thought if they should.
Yeah. Like, if anything, they're trying to be more serious since they're cutting out a character who was the comedic relief of the series.
Oh, yeah. She was cool.
Yeah, Ed's great, but why the fuck are we cutting Ed out?
Yeah, no Ed, but Ein is still in it.
Yeah, why?
I have a theory on that. I have a theory that they want to get it into Asian markets, and because of fucking Winnie the Pooh's fucking the Prime Minister or fucking President of China has gone totally against fucking androgyny. There's a war against androgyny in China at the moment, and I'm wondering, is that what's going on?
See,
but Ed was a tomboy. Like, this is what people don't understand. Like, I've seen this argument made. People are like, oh, Ed's non-binary. Oh, Ed's trans. No, Ed was a fucking tomboy. She was a girl. Yeah. They mistake her for a boy because she acts like a little boy because she's a tomboy. Like, tomboys still exist.
Yeah.
My mom's one.
I would agree with you on that, Marty, but I can't remember the character's name, but the person who was like an ex-military member who worked with Vicious, they're keeping that character and they're making them straight up non-binary. So I'm really confused as to why the fuck we're cutting Ed out. Like, that was the thing that makes me super confused about this series. Like, we're still keeping the character in it as a non-binary, but like, why are we getting rid of Ed? It's just because they're the comedic relief.
Yeah, it makes no sense whatsoever, and it's just, I don't know if it's right. Like, here's a theory: they might be doing it because of child labor laws, and it's easier to shoot a film if you don't have a child. But they could find somebody who's 18 who looks like
get some young girl who's like 18, 19, 20. They've fucking done it before. How many fucking movies have we got where teenagers are played by people in their 20s? Like, fucking.
Yeah, like in The Blob.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Horror movies do it all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just you can't talk about Cowboy Bebop anymore without bringing up the rebooted series on Netflix, and it's a shame that we don't have nice things to say about it because while I can't watch it because I don't have Netflix, I really wanted to say nice things about it. I really did.
Me too.
It hurts me to have to say bad things. I don't want to say bad things.
Christian, would you be up for doing a review of us? A live stream review of what comes out?
Yeah, if you want to, I'd be totally down to talk about it.
Yeah.
That would be a good thing for you guys.
Yeah, I'd be down.
Which Which bouncing off of this, there's another a show we've already talked about. Is there's a reboot for that in the works? Space 1999. They're rebooting that. They're going to make it Space 2099.
Okay.
General. That.
Okay.
Does the moon go fucking haywire in this one as well?
I don't know. I tried to find some information on it, but it's still in production. It's still in development. And there's barely any facts about it, which is never a good sign. Because like if you're rebooting it, you would want to talk about it to get the fans to come and watch it. Like you wouldn't be silent about it.
Christian mentioned it earlier on, and I think I classify it as a Trigun. Ethel, have you seen Trigun?
Oh, I saw it once or twice back when it was on Adult Swim.
So it's kind of like Firefly in that like a colony ship was going to colonize a planet, and there was two twins, advanced genetically engineered twins, perfect in every way, Vash and Knives, and Knives sabotaged the ship, so it crashed. And a lot of the colonists died, and those that survived had to eke out in existence. And his brother Vash has decided to try and fucking save the few remaining humans that are left. And he is the most dangerous man in the world. He's the fastest gun. What's the planet called, Christian?
Gunsmoke. The planet Gunsmoke.
Yeah. So he's the fastest gun on the planet, but he never kills anyone.
Yep.
Never kills anyone. But there's two insurance agents, two women who are trying to capture him so they don't have to keep on paying out the insurance. It's a fun fucking anime. If you get a chance, check it out. And Vash is such a fucking likable character. Him and Nicholas D. Wolfwood. There's a preacher he joins forces with who has a crucifix that's so full of mercy and guns. But if you get a chance, check it out. Try one.
Yeah.
All right. Definitely check it out. I will check it out. Oh, another movie I have in my notes here that I got to mention. Breach. Have you guys seen this with Bruce Willis?
Oh god, that name sounds familiar. I might have seen like half of this one time just channel surfing one night.
Well, like Bruce Willis is on a colony ship and he's trying to get to New Earth, and there is a cosmic terror that tries to use the ship as a weapon.
Yeah, I saw this. I saw like half of the.
Ethel, is that one of those sci-fi movies that came out super recent?
Yeah, I think this was like a couple years ago.
So yeah, it's like John Carpenter's The Thing, and Bruce Willis has about as much enthusiasm as someone cutting their fucking toenails in this movie.
Yep.
He's done a whole bunch of these. They're fucking awesome.
I just don't think he likes it anymore. Why doesn't he just quit?
He's got 6 more movies coming out before the year ends, going straight to DVD.
Is Demi Moore, is Demi Moore's alimony payments really that expensive? Like, does he have to keep doing it?
But like, the next movie he's in is like he's being hunted by these mercenaries as part of like a game. Like, and there's like, where he's like, I'm gonna kill all these guys, and he goes, "You serious? As serious as steak and eggs." And I'm like, fucking wrote that line. Who wrote that fucking? I want their head.
Eggs are good.
Eggs are
Serious?
Serious as steak and eggs.
Dear God. All right, so another movie I got on the list, and this is another one of these more recent ones. The Space Between Us.
Why do I think I've heard of that one?
That rings a bell.
Oh, wait. Is that like the love story where the person's on one world and then the other person's in the sky, but they could still talk to each other?
Well, basically what happens is there's a woman, she's pregnant and she's on a ship to Mars, and she dies because of childbirth. And the boy is kept hidden away on Mars, and he's raised by scientists, and he doesn't know who his father is, and he's trying to find his father, and there's a love story in there. And then you guys have not seen this at all, have you?
Nope.
No.
It sounds familiar, but no.
Wait! He gets a pen pal. It's some fucking teen chick. I remember this fucking monstrosity. And he comes back to Earth, and the scientists are like, we've got to find little Robbie because his bones aren't designed to survive on Earth.
Yeah.
On Earth
What?
20
I
hours.
remember the premise to this.
Oh yeah, that was a trailer.
Damn it.
Are his bones really good? Are his bones really like? Could he not take it, Marty?
I don't know. It was his bones, or he couldn't fucking oxygenate his blood, or some fuck. Basically, because he was born on Mars, because he was raised on Mars, he's not fucking used to Earth, and he comes back to visit his pen pal. They're like, oh, and he's like, oh, I think I'm dying, and the fucking scientists are trying to save him, but they're trying to catch him, and he doesn't realize it because you don't want me to be with my girl. It's like, no, you don't fuck. They don't want you to die. Sorry.
Wait, it doesn't make any sense. Like, it doesn't make any sense because the bones are going to be brittle and not handle Earth. But that doesn't make any sense because if I remember correctly, Mars is slightly bigger than Earth, which would mean it's got more mass than Earth, which would mean that it has more gravity than Earth, which would make his bones stronger, not weaker.
No, they make it weaker. Definitely make it weaker.
Marty, I need
wait.
another spoiler. Did he live?
I can't
I
remember.
don't remember.
I think my brain expunged this movie from my fucking memory.
Is that why, like, Brave Star has powers because he's on the planet?
Yeah, Trenchy. That's why. That needs Native American.
Trenchy, I love you for being the only other person I've heard in a long time to acknowledge, to remember that Brave Star was a thing. Hell yeah.
Brave Star is awesome.
I love Brave Star. That was like my favorite show.
That's a colony movie, That's a colony show, Trench. Give us a rundown on Brave Star.
Oh, okay. So there's Brave Star, and he's a Native American cowboy that has spiritual powers. Like, he can, like, has all these animal powers, like an eagle and a bear and stuff. He can summon the best abilities of those. And he's on a different planet, and he has a horse, but the horse can walk on two legs and has a gun, and they stop space cowboys from terrorizing their small town.
Hell yeah.
It's awesome.
Great.
I have to see this film. This is something I have to
No, it's
see
a
now.
Have you never seen this as a kid,
Yeah, it was an
Ethel?
80s cartoon.
This was around. This is in the 80s. Okay, so basically, Brave Star, as Trenchy said, it's an animated series. I think it was made by Filmation. Same crowd behind He-Man. And there's like a fucking big fucking piebald horse called 3030 who turns into a human when shit goes down. And he's got a fucking blunderbuss. This horse is a fucking blunderbuss.
And the thing is, Brave Star is like looking for a weapon, but then he realizes the real weapon is friendship. And he befriends the horse, and that becomes the weapon.
Yeah, 3030 is his best weapon. He's his horse and his best friend.
My pony, my rifle, and me.
Yes.
All right, now I'm on a mission to see this. I can't believe I missed this. It must not have been on the 4 channels that I got back in the 80s.
I'm going to send you a trailer.
They would play it on Cubo late at night with like the old Ghostbusters cartoon with the gorilla and like He-Man and She-Ra, and they would play all those cartoons late at night.
Yeah.
And the full series is on YouTube. Multiple times.
Holy shit, hell yeah. I know what I'm doing tonight.
Yeah. I definitely have to check it out now. Now I know it's on YouTube. Be able to watch it.
Very cool.
Yeah, and guys, I have exhausted the list now. The list is now complete. we've addressed everything I have written down. Is anything I didn't mention that we can bring up here?
Sorry, Trench. Go on.
I'm gonna ask, does Forbidden Planet count?
Was that colonization though?
Well, there were people living on the planet, and then they all wiped out, and the dude from Airplane's got to figure out how they got wiped out. I don't know if that counts, though.
It has to be a planet that's been colonized. It's like if there are people living there, then it doesn't really count, you know?
Oh, my bad.
No, you good.
So here's two possible ones, and it's a jumping board from Trenchy Brimming Up Bravestar. You have Thundercats, right?
Thundercats
planet.
That's right.
On New Earth. So yeah, it's colonization. And then again, I know I'm kind of being hypocritical because I said Battlestar is basically them recolonizing Earth, but Dino Riders, they use the slip device to travel back in time to Earth during the late Jurassic, early Cretaceous period. So, I don't know.
You love Dino Riders.
Dino Riders was the shit.
Dino Riders, Dino Power.
Oh, you know what else might count, I guess, because they are trying to live on Earth. Fucking Dino Wars.
Ooh.
Never
seen it.
Transformers?
Oh,
Beast
Wars.
Beast
Wars. Oh yeah.
Dino Wars. Yeah, that would count.
Yeah, that technically is colonization. Yeah.
Optimus Primal.
He's a gorilla. It was really bad CGI animation, but
there's a new one with Ron Perlman going to be voicing Optimus Primal. It's going to be a movie. It's set in the Michael Bay universe, but it's the guy behind Bumblebee, so it's actually might be good.
Hooray! It'll be a good movie then.
What? I mean, honestly, do you isn't there anything good about the Michael Bay Transformers?
Yeah, Bumblebee. Bumblebee was a good movie.
I mean,
The first one. The first one was okay. The first one was okay because it was a boy in his car story.
The first one was tolerable, but as a Transformers fan, man, that movie, even as a child, like the thing that sets me off about that first Transformers movie is fucking Bumblebee. Stop lubricating on the man. Fucking my god. That movie is so fucking immature. Like, I get it.
That's
it's
the best part, though.
I was gonna say.
I get it. They're alien robots that turn into cars. It's a very silly and stupid premise. But God, that movie was so immature. Like, Bumblebee was also immature, but in a fun, enjoyable way, whereas that one was just trying too hard.
I like it when Bumblebee pees on John Turturro.
Fair enough.
One reason to hate this movie in 2 words: Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf.
There's got to be. What about Megan Fox?
I love Megan Fox.
I'm a red-blooded man, Jen, but there's only so much of Megan Fox's hole you can drape over the back of a motorcycle before you're like, this is just gratuitous.
Seriously, because she's such a pretty girl, would you guys really care?
No, because I'm sitting there, like, fucking watching that movie and like, okay, can we get onto the actual story and stop fucking showing Megan Fox's ass in tight booty shorts over a fucking car for the 17th time? I get it, Michael. I get it.
She's attractive. We're jealous. You got her to star in this movie because she fucking washed your car as part of her audition. We get it. You're a fucking sleazeball. You know that's how she got the gig, right?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
That's how she got it.
Well, that's fine.
Well, then he puts her in that Ninja Turtles movie, and he legitimately has her on a fucking trampoline.
Yep.
Oh, and then in the sequel, he puts her in a maid outfit, or like a weird, like a very short outfit.
What's wrong with that?
Well, my bad. Thank you, Marty.
It's grand, but it's detracting from the fact that this movie is supposed to be focusing on giant transforming robots and mutant fucking turtles.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't mind it. Why am I okay with it?
Look, look again. Red-blooded male. Keep your spank bank stuff away from your fucking sci-fi or fucking kind of nostalgia trip stuff. If you want that stuff, go on Rule 34. No,
Well, there are two movies he can make. He could, and he decided not to make either of them. He could have made a dedicated Transformer movie that was loyal to the fans and loyal to the concept, or he could have just made a movie that was a vehicle to sexualize Megan Fox and get sticky-handed over her. And he didn't make either of these movies. He somehow combined them and tried to do both at the same time. That's a failing.
And made a shit ton of money.
Yep.
Yeah.
So much money.
Yay, money.
Money.
I'm okay with
The
it.
only thing I'll give those Michael Bay movies until Bumblebee a pass for is most of the toys were pretty excellent.
But the writing was terrible.
The
Absolutely terrible.
movies themselves were pretty atrocious, yeah.
There's
I
gotta be
liked 1 and 3, but when they brought in Mark Wahlberg, it got really bad.
That's
Yeah.
all the Mark Wahlberg hate.
hey there, robot. How you doing?
How you
doing, robot?
Say hi to your mother for me. Say hi to your mother for me.
Didn't they drag John Cena into all this at
And
some point?
Anthony Hopkins?
Yeah, he's in Bumblebee.
Yeah, he's in
actually
Bumblebee.
good though.
He's
I
actually
heard
good in
Bumblebee
Bumblebee.
was good, though.
Yeah, he was good.
It is. It's fun.
My only
Eddie
problem.
Stanfield is good in it, and it's a nice little 80s movie. It's cute, kind of coming of age 80s movie.
My only problem with John Cena in Bumblebee was I wanted at the end of the film somebody to come up to him and say, I have a proposition for you. It's called the Joe Unit.
Yeah, that would have been brilliant.
Yeah.
That was their plan, Christian. They had planned on combining the G.I. Joe movie with the Transformers movie back in the day, but
Yeah.
Transformers took off and G.I. Joe didn't really.
Yeah, G.I. Joe died.
I didn't like the suits in G.I. Joe where it was like they had bionic like robot suits.
Yeah, that was fun. That scene was fucking ridiculous.
Well,
running
those
through fucking-
movies.
Cool.
I don't remember this from the cartoon. I don't remember that from the cartoon. I just don't at all.
They're arguably worse.
Snake Eyes plastic lips. Why give him a visor? Give him a fucking. Why had you given him plastic lips? He can't move the lips. There's no fucking hole for him to like drink a fucking I don't know Coors or something. Why give him the plastic lips?
Doesn't Bruce Willis play a character called G.I. Joe in one of them?
Oh yeah, he plays Joe. He plays the original Joe. Joe Colton.
Seriously?
Yep, he plays
Yeah.
G.I. Joe. Yeah.
Whoa, I did
I
not know
forgot
that.
about that.
I was not aware of this.
One thing I do like what they done with the character is they kind in a deleted scene it was supposed to be a war injury, but his thumbnail
Yes.
is on the inside of his finger, like the original G.I. Joe, to stop copyright, to stop their products being stolen or replicated. They put the thumbnail on the inside of the thumb.
Yep.
That fucking movie. We got Full Moon in the comments mentioning Space Rangers and the second season of Buck Rogers, which colonization right there.
Nice.
Calling me.
But this has been good, guys. We're at the 2 hour and 13-minute mark, so I am going to actually wind things down. But in doing so, I'm going to do what I normally do. I'm going to ask everybody what they got going on, and I'll start with Marty since he's to my immediate right. What do you got coming up, buddy? What's going on? What are the plans?
Again, I'm probably wrecking people's heads. I have a project called VHS Memories, the ode to the video store. I am looking for 5 to 10 minute segments from folks about your fond memories of your video stores. Be it a movie you used to rent out time and time again, be it the layout, be it the horror section, be it, as Jen says, the dirty curtain section, be it a movie that tricked you into thinking it was going to be great because the cover was awesome but turned out to be shit, be it the weirdo behind the counter. Any memories any fond memories or strange memories or funny memories you have, do a segment of them. Unlist the video and link it to me, and I will cobble it together. I am setting the deadline to the 2nd of December. If I do extend it, it'll be to the 5th. But I will not be taking anything else after that because I do not want to be working on this bastard through Christmas. And myself and the gorgeous Jen will be on this Friday for Trash Fire Cinema because Ethel isn't on and graciously gave us the spot to do our section on. So that's pretty awesome.
Yep.
Yep. So be there, check it out, and sign up for Marty's VHS thing. Do it. I'm gonna do it. I still have to film that.
Yeah,
But
me too.
yeah, Trench, what do you got? What do you got? Fucking kind of on the back burner, or what's up, buddy?
Oh, nothing.
Trench, you should do a Brave Star review.
Ooh, that'd be good.
Ooh.
You're very
I
knowledgeable.
should do that. I just have to work up the motivation. But I could do
I
that.
feel that.
Yeah.
I
Works.
feel that.
And I guess this finally brings us to last but not least, we got Jen and Christian. Guys, what do we got to look forward to?
Like Marty said, on Friday we will be doing Trash Fire Cinema. It is my pick, and it'll be Karen. And
That classic of modern
although
cinema.
I did have a thought, I thought maybe it'll be Karen. Possibly tune in. It might be something else.
Maybe it'll be Zardoz.
I did have an
Ooh.
idea about something. But you'll find out on Friday. Not much else is going on our channel. We'll be doing Chucky and
Chucky,
Tales from the Crypt.
we're finally getting our ranking for season 3 of Creep Show out.
Hopefully.
That we're getting that filmed, and that will finally be
And
put
Final
out.
Destination, we hope. So
Yeah.
just stuff and things. Nothing. Just taking it kind of quiet. Also, Full Moon will be on Saturday. Shout out to Full Moon. He will be doing
Yay.
night, and everyone should go and tune into that as well because it sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. Hi, John. So
Hey, John.
there's that as
Are
well.
you on?
Oh, Jen, we're also on fucking
Horror
Hangouts on Saturday.
Yes, myself and Marty and Sparky will all be on Horror Hangouts with Sean Patrick Erskine and Monty G, the Horror Miser Monty G. I think we're having a guest, but I'm not sure who it is
You
yet.
don't know for sure.
It
yet.
hasn't been
Fingers
confirmed
crossed,
yet, but
it's
it's
Tracy Lords.
Yes, it's Tracy Lords.
Woo! I'd love it if it was. But yeah, so we'll be on that, and we'll be what are we discussing?
I
Sparky?
think B movies, but that still hasn't been confirmed either yet. So
So it could be a lot of stuff, things and stuff. But yeah, that's what's up with us.
Excellent. And I guess that just leaves me. What am I doing this Friday? Fuck all, because it's the off week. There's no watch along this Friday. That's next week, guys. Watch along next week, not this week. Voting will be up for that on Twitter pretty soon. I haven't put it up because I have to pick the 4th film for you to vote on, and I'm lazy and haven't done it. But if you can vote on that, you hit me up on Twitter _Ethel_Cross_ and you'll vote for it. You'll see it. It'll be pinned to my profile, so it's not hard to find. And next Sunday we will have another Sci-Fi Sunday next Sunday because I'm doing it this month. And guess what? We're going to boldly go where no one has gone before because it's the revenge of the Star Trek street. We're gonna be diving really deep into Star Trek. We'll be talking all about it. I plan on having Lady Shasha on the show to talk about it with us. She's a big Star Trek fan, so that'll be good. And we're gonna talk about the first series, Next Gen, Deep Space Nine, Voyager. We might mention Enterprise, but I'm not as enthused about that. And we won't be talking about Picard or Discovery or Lower Decks or any of that because I have not seen that shit because I bits and pieces of it and I did not like what I saw. So We won't be talking about that, but we will be talking about the films. I have seen the films. Not the new ones, not those bullshit new ones, but the original film.
Ethel, given your love of the topic, do you think it's been a long road getting from here to there?
I think it has. It's been a long road. We of course, Marty had a great Star Trek stream that I was part of earlier last year, and there were incidences, and we had to cut it short. We never really did get to get the resolution on the stream, so I'm bringing it back. It'll be the revenge of the Star Trek stream, and
I think you would be a far superior host for the topic. You're the bigger Trekkie. I don't know, or Trekker. Well, actually, we'll get into that next week. Which is the proper term? Because there's a big argument over what the proper term is, Trekkie or Trekker.
Yeah.
Cool.
And which term do I prefer? I prefer you find out next Sunday. That's
Way to leave us hanging on our edge of our seats.
To be continued.
To be continued. So don't forget to tune in. Be the same time as it was today, and be joined by these lovely people if they're good enough to come on, and we'll be all talking about it. So I guess that's being said. If you've liked this movie, if you've liked this stream, if you've liked what I've done here, and you like these kinds of things that I do, give me a thumbs up. Show your support. Give me a thumbs up. If you hate it, you think it sucks, you don't even know why you're still watching at this point, give me a thumbs down. Tell me I suck. Tell me what's wrong with the show. I'll change it. I'll make it better. How can I get better if you don't tell me? Leave a comment. Let me know. And then again, if you did really enjoy it and you want to know every time this happens, you can hit the subscribe button, which is here or somewhere on the screen. Hit it, subscribe to it. Then you'll know every time, and you can hit the bell. You can ring my bell, and that's always good. And you'll be notified, and you'll be in the loop. And again, if you want to talk to me, hit me up on Twitter. You can follow me there. I am always talking about something, and just really accessible. So thank you. I want to thank everybody in the comments. I want to thank Full Moon, DMC Campbell, John Steele. I don't know why I'm clapping. Ben Grimm, and anybody else that I'm not mentioning. There was a fella here that John. I forget his last name. John
Frawley, friend of mine, John Frawley.
John Frawley, thank you, man. Thank you for tuning in and checking out. And thank you to anybody who was not in the comments but were watching. You were lurking. I could feel you looking. Okay. Thank you. It's great to support. And thank you to my guests on the show today. Thank you, Marty, Crash Picture Show, Trenchy, the Soulless Trenchcoat, and of course the ever awesome Jen and Christian from Jen's Reviews from the Grave. Check these people's channels out. They do awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. So check their channels out. You better subscribe to them. Don't disappoint. And I will see you all here next Sunday. Thanks for watching. Adios.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Stay frosty.
Make love to that bell.
Passionately have sex with it.